wanted to ask you about the movie Soul. Have you ever seen that? The Disney movie.
Yes, if I remember correctly, he was like a jazz player, but yeah, I can't remember the synopsis all the way, but I do remember the movie. Yes.
I ain't watched it in a little bit, but it's part of the movie where he came back alive, I think, and he had a different perspective on life, and he started appreciating the little things. I don't know why I wrote this in my notes, but I just want like the little moments matter. Even just sitting out here and just being like sitting in silence, and be like, wow, look at the water,
Right.
like
Look how beautiful it is.
look at the universe. Like I don't know why I wrote that, but I just want.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I need to watch that again. It's a real cute movie
Yeah.
from what I can remember. But it's Disney movies are doing good with their little like
Man,
small lessons
what?
in their movies and stuff. Like we had good movies, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
the lessons in these like animated movies now, Pixar, Disney, they doing a big one.
Encanto.
Oh my
when
god,
that came out, oh my god! I said,
that I love me some Moana. Like all of those are
Yeah.
such like what is it? Turning Red. That was like a
Yes.
really cute coming. Like we didn't have films that talked about like animated cartoon films that talked about
real
being on
life
your
thing.
period and
Yeah, exactly.
menstrual cycles and stuff. So I'm like to see that now and like I was in elementary. I was one of I started mine pretty young, so I was in
Yeah.
elementary school when my cycle came on. So it's like it would have been nice to have seen some
Representation
films,
of that, yeah.
like of girls actually going through that and what it actually feels like. So it's definitely cool to see now that the kids are getting that.
I literally had to tell a dude the other day, like, yeah, you can get your cycle as early as 8 or 9 years old.
Yep.
It's very possible. It's not like a set time, like, oh, I'm 13. I'm getting it now.
Because a lot of them associated with, once you get your period, they say that's when you can have sex.
Right.
Like, no, I was 10.
Right.
That's not what I should have been doing at 10, but I certainly had a period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
but then
not
that
what
just
was on
goes
my
to
mind.
show they missing out. They missing out on sex ed classes and all that now. None of that happens now. So.
But, even though you say that, like, do they talk about that with the dudes? Because, like, do you remember when we had to get split up and, oh, girls go here, boys go here. Here's your little goodie bag with your little tampons.
Right, give you condoms and all kind of stuff.
I was like, I looked in that bag. I said, who putting this where? Because who finna...
Yeah.
That tampon stayed in that room for about...
No, they don't. The thing, like, I don't think boys have ever taken it serious.
Yeah.
Like, and I think because we were so young, it was so awkward, I guess, for teachers to even have to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Which I always felt like, in hindsight, looking now, that's probably a little unfair to, yes, you want someone that has a relationship sort of with the students to be in the room, but why don't y'all bring like outside people in to kind of have these conversations with kids, because it may be uncomfortable for kids to be like, that's my teacher tomorrow. I may not want to ask them about penis problems or vagina like later I may not want to do that, but like
bring in another professional.
Let's bring in another professional so we can talk about the specifics, and then like if I have a question, I know I can go ask this person or those people. I always felt like that was just a little strange, because it's like that's why they don't want to stand up here in front of us and talk about all this, and then tomorrow they're going to be talking about history. Like, tomorrow we're going to be in PE, but you was just talking. Like, it's a mature. Yeah, like it's a maturity thing. And at that age, I definitely don't think we were mature enough to just be like, yeah, we can talk about sex today, and tomorrow we're not going to talk about it at all. Like,
or the fact that, like, okay, we have like our health or whatever when we go to PE. Y'all made it, like, and don't get me wrong, there's STDs and diseases and all types of junk out here, and I get that. But the way they presented it was really, don't have sex because you're going to die. And it's like, wait a second.
It was just like Champ. Isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Drug Dare and all that. It was the same thing. It was like, don't do drugs or you're going to look like this. And literally showing us pictures of people like doing drugs.
Like, did you
and
just show me a meth and
Yeah, like, did you really just show me an addict right now? Like, I'm in 5th grade.
Now, I will say the effective part of meth, that I was like...
Yeah, no, I was about to say, I will say for some people it works, but also they're not countering for the fact that for some people they're curious. In that mind, our minds are so easily bendable.
Like,
and
I bet I can do it and not look like that, and then next thing you know,
I'm like that. I don't know. I can't necessarily say I'm glad some of those programs are gone, because I think they had good things about them. But also it also exposes you to things like I would have never knew about meth and crack and none of those things if it wasn't introduced to me at school, to be quite frank. Like my family's not talking about that at home. I'm not watching that on TV.
Right.
Like I would have never known about those until I was of age, honestly, because that wasn't happening in my household.
Right.
Like that wasn't like my parents were not exposing me to people and things and stuff like that. Like so it was. I also think you kind of open kids' minds to be a little more curious than they ever would have been. Like, cause
it's harder to say it these days though, because it's like they can, if they have a phone or access to internet, they can really look up anything. Right. If they heard a term, oh yeah, you're a crackhead or whatever the case, they can be like,
it's easy.
Hey
now.
Siri, what's the, you know what I'm saying?
TikTok.
So she listening now. So
yeah.
So I don't know. It's like
they have too much access now to the same. They have too much access to the same internet and things that we have access to. Yeah. And I feel like back in our time, it was more of a separation. That kids don't really have a lot of kids things to do. We had Millsberry, we had Webkins, we had Nintendo. Like we had kids things that were just for kids and catered to kids. And I feel like now they don't have those things no more. Nobody gets in chat rooms on Millsberry and stuff like that, or places like that.
We used to get on Pixie Hollow and chat it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Club
chat
Penguin,
and talk, Club Penguin, like all of those things. Webkins take care of our animals. Like we had kid-friendly things to do on the internet. Now it's like the kid-friendly things is to get on TikTok and watch kids' videos.
That is so crazy.
You know, and get on Instagram and watch kids' videos.
Yeah.
But it still exposes you. Still shouldn't have access to the same internet that I got access to. My mama wasn't on Millsberry. Like my mama wasn't on, you know, Club Penguin. Like that's not our parent. It created a good separate world. Yeah. You know, where one was for kids and one was for adults. And I think that we've just completely blurred the lines with that now, where it's like kids are on Instagram just like us.
Yeah, commenting and making very inappropriate videos, might I add. Like, I hear them cuss like they're professionals. And I'm just like, y'all are very bold.
In pictures with their middle fingers up.
You
all
feel
on Instagram.
me?
Your mama follow you on Instagram and you don't care.
But okay.
Like, my Instagram would have been down just as fast as I posted that picture. Like,
but they be so, I don't know, so smart. They like, oh, check my Instagram. I got a spam page anyway. And it's like,
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they have way more access. Yeah. And I mean, we had MySpace, but I feel like our MySpace still was childish.
I didn't even get to get it.
When I got mine, girl, it was in secret. Girl, my parents did not let me have nothing. They did not let me have anything, and I will say that's one thing back then I was pissed about. But when I look now at today, I'm like, they probably was saving me.
They knew it,
and I don't even know it. Yeah, because they didn't let me have anything. I never wanted Facebook because I knew they both had Facebook. Right. And so I was like, if I get on Facebook, they just gonna be on my Facebook. And
right.
That's no fun, right? Like
why are you watching?
Yeah, like now they're gonna be watching everybody I interact with and what I like. That's no fun. And so I never made one, and then I snuck and made a MySpace. And my dad found out about it like a couple months later, and they was mad. Like, nah, you could have just asked. Like, and I was like, y'all already told me.
Y'all gonna say no?
Why was I gonna ask when you already told me no? Like,
cause now you think I'm just being smart.
Yeah, like so.
Yeah, the first time I'm gonna say we because me and Jada had made a. We had made a Facebook page called Niecy Twins, and. We was literally sharing a Facebook, but it had like a Tweety Bird picture, and both of our middle names got niece in it. So it was like, this is perfect. We're diabolical.
They're never gonna know.
They're never gonna
Who's
know.
Gonna know?
It was just a time like I will never forget that. But my mama was dead set on you're not getting my space.
But see, even like things like that. We had to be nervous to do those kind of things because our parents wasn't going for it.
I wasn't going for it.
These kids don't have that now. They parents don't care.
They'll call the police on their parents. And I'm just
that's
like.
That's what I'm saying. They don't care. They're like, oh, my mama said I can't, but I got one anyway. My mama said I can't, but my daddy got me this because they beefing. So I got a phone from my daddy, but my mama said I can't do this, but my daddy said I can't. Like, they have too much autonomy to just be like, yeah, I can do this and I can do that and I can do this. Like, no, we had to do stuff like that when we was in elementary school, like sneak and make MySpace pages.
But it was still like a sense of fear or a sense of, oh my God, what if I get caught?
Yeah, like what my parents gonna do? Oh shoot, if I get caught, I'm gonna get my phone taken. Like, I'm not gonna have no phone. Like so many of us from our generation, cause I know we used to talk and find ways to talk to each other like MySpace and stuff like that. You know, Facebook when everybody's phone got took. Sorry, don't text back. My phone got took. Don't text back. Don't text me back. My phone getting took. Bye. Like I vividly remember having to send that text a couple times. Like,
nah, you not lying though, like that. Like, but that was our reality. But that's definitely has changed within what. Damn, we old.
I know we getting up there.
It's all right. It's okay. We blessed. We blessed. It's all good.